Alright, so today we're going to be looking at the final World at War Zombies map, and that is Riese. Obviously the footage in the background is the Giant, the Black Ops 3 version, but having said that, Riese, for a lot of people is again a massively iconic map. It's in a lot of different versions of the game. It was in World at War, it was redone in Black Ops 1, it was redone in Zombies Chronicles, and it is just a solid map, and it did add additions to the game, like the other maps did, that have been mainstays pretty much until now. Also, something really interesting about the World at War version of the game, of the map, is that this is one of the hardest maps in Zombies, like in World at War at least. Like, it is really difficult. I think the highest round on World at War is somewhere around the 170 to 180 area, which in the long run with other maps, it's quite low. And there are a lot of reasons why it's hard in World at War, probably because of how the game works and stuff like that. But obviously there are higher rounds been done on the more modern versions of Riese, but the World at War one does stand as one of the hardest maps to get higher rounds on. But yeah, in terms of the map itself, the additions to the map were quite big. The main one being the Pack-a-Punch machine, which if you didn't know, is just the upgrade machine where you can upgrade your weapons and make them stronger in higher rounds. And you have to do a certain thing to set it up. With Riese, it is going through each of the 3 teleporters and linking them back to the main kind of plate, which opens up the Pack-a-Punch room. Every map, almost every map at least, has something you need to do to get Pack-a-Punch active. Sometimes it's more complicated than others, but for the grand scheme of things, it is pretty much, here's what you need to do to unlock Pack-a-Punch. Again, some maps are easier, some maps are more complex, and this is the first of its kind, which I would say is one of the easier versions of unlocking Pack-a-Punch. On top of that, we got the monkey bombs. I always thought that was in Shinonuma, but after doing this video, it turns out no. The Wonder Waff was in Shinonuma, and the monkey bombs were in Riese. And what they were essentially these tactical grenades you would throw that would distract every single zombie, and after a certain amount of time, they would explode. They would kill things in early rounds, but eventually they would just change that to making them crawlers unless it was insta-kill. And again, monkey bombs or some form of them has been present in pretty much all of the Zombies games. There was also a few pretty cool Easter eggs as well in Riese, one with the hide and seek kind of mini game where you have to find 3 bears around the map and they'll unlock something. That was pretty cool. You got the Easter egg songs, which I believe are in Shinonuma and Rooked as well in the World at War, but I just forgot to mention those. Each map has like a secret song where you got to find these collectibles and activate them, and it activates the song that plays throughout your game, which is pretty cool. And they are usually quite unique to the map as well, so it's not just a random song, it's a map-made song, which is pretty cool. And of course, one big kind of iconic thing with Riese is the spot I'm in right now, and I used to sit in it in World at War, I used to sit in it in Black Ops 1, and I'm sitting in it now. A very good camping spot for high-ish rounds, like easily 50 on Black Ops 3. Earlier games a little bit harder because you have less options available to you, but still a solid spot to camp nonetheless. I've had many a match where I was up here with friends or by myself and got like decent rounds, so it's always a good one. And there are some pretty good training spots as well on Riese that are iconic, and I think a lot of the higher rounds for Riese have been done through training and using traps and stuff like that, so it is definitely more of a training map than a camping map, but still a very solid map all around. But with that being said, there's pretty much nothing left to cover in World at War Zombies, and that's all the maps kind of covered and spoke about what they added and how I thought they were. I think the general kind of agreement with Riese is that it's a very good map and people just love it, and I don't really see many people that don't like it. Obviously people have more preference of a different map, but I think everyone can kind of agree that Riese is a very good map. Like I've said, the World at War map videos are always going to be shorter because there's not a lot going on in them, but as we kind of move into Black Ops 1, Kino is kind of on the same vein as the World at War maps, mainly because it was originally going to be a DLC for World at War, but they changed it and made it a Black Ops map. But after Kino, maps do kind of get a bit more complicated, a bit more complex, and there's a lot more going on in them, so the videos will be a bit longer, but I did want to cover the World at War maps first because we are doing this in kind of a release order. But yeah, to pretty much sum up the World at War maps, I think everyone kind of really liked them. It was new at the time, it was really fresh, and I think a lot of people didn't expect it, especially when people found out that NAT was a thing. Then it kind of blew up from there, and it only got bigger as it went on. And Black Ops 1, some people would say is the best Zombies kind of experience you can have. A lot of people do say Black Ops 3, but Black Ops 1 is also a really held high in regard selection of maps, and I will be covering those next. So as always, thank you all for coming by. Remember to leave a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe for more Zombies content. If you do have your own thoughts on Riese you want to put in the comments, feel free to do so. But yeah, as always guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.